Nakabenta ki khobor ke baman kasngi subscribe yo Antor News. Meghalaya International Film Screening 2022 Kalaya Bejaranti Hapo Tura Belalong Hakashitarik December Arja Arpoar Hakajinya Donlang Jung Chief Guest Ikong Rikse R Marak Ibadai is Senior Most MCS Officer and Chairman Tura Municipal Board. Iba Commander Shangpliang Ibadai President Jong Kami Filma Ringkat Ikong Loki di Karsati Ibadai Israeli Jong Kami Filma. Lapen song shit bat pen ipu iping ya ketika program daka jingwai bat jingshat jongki kenna school na po ka Tura Christian College Tura. La yoru ya ka jingkren pediang sngobha na I Ilizar bare ibadai aktor bat ya ka jingkren ai khublei la kren da I simi kongtiang ibadai by president jong kami filma.
Ba Shangpliang kong Lucky, my friend and colleague Awa Sherin, principals of different colleges and your friends. So you see, the other day when I was driving across Tura with the Commissioner and Secretary of Tourism, Sir Vijay, he was saying, oh my God, you know, I see these posters everywhere. These guys have done a great job. You know, they've done better than, you know, my team, you know, in the government. They have posters everywhere and their publicity is really good. It's a pity that we have to postpone the film festival. And he was lamenting. And I was just telling him, sir, like, let us not cancel it. Maybe we could postpone it to a later date. Then he was still saying, you know, but of course we have to show our solidarity with our own people and we have to scale down and things like that. And at that point of time, I didn't know that this event is going to be held so soon, within a few days. And I'll be standing here doing the honors of, you know, speaking to you guys and congratulating you people on successful hosting this screening of the films. So, well, given the circumstances, we could not hold the festival. Well, I think we will always feel a little bad about it, but nevertheless, the screening is happening, which is the most important, and this is just the beginning, like Ba Shangpliang has explained to everyone. It's high time that we diversify into areas which are not conventional, you know. Most of the time, especially during our generation, everybody wants to go for conventional professions like, you know, medical, engineering, and MCS, civil service. But it's high time, you know, that we diversify and be a little more adventurous and venture into something which is, like you said, not only providing entertainment, but also livelihood, a good source of livelihood to the people, to the youth. And this is the second time that I am attending such event. The first was a very, very small program function which I attended in Moksha Villa, sometimes 2 years back. And that was in honor of Mr. Dominic Sangma. I think he had just received some award somewhere. I can't really recollect. But it was a great feeling that, you know, somebody from Garo youth has really, you know, made a remarkable progress in such an area where we all are a little shy and a little scared to venture into. So that was a great eye-opener to me. And well, like all government employees, government servants, we also get busy with things and that remain buried, you know, for many, many months after that. But every now and then I used to think that it's such a great thing to, you know, do something like that. So I was just talking to Ba Shangpliang, like I said, I am the wrong person to be the chief guest today because I am not really into films. That is why when Eliza was saying that the TVS also, she's not raising her hands, she's not too fond of movies. Well, to be very honest, I am really not very fond of movie because I think I'll give you in brief why I was not very fond of movies. When I was a kid, when I was say 5-6 years old, we used to go to movie theaters. There was no video, there was no this YouTube, and there was no internet those days. We had to walk all the way. There was no taxi also, so we had to walk all the way to the theater here, which is just opposite. Tura Urban Hub was a theater, a small theater, and the whole town used to go there, and we used to walk down. And my grandmother was a real movie buff, so she used to bring the entire family, and we used to watch, and we had to go back walking. And what I hated about the movie was, all the movies had the same plot. There used to be a girl and a boy who used to fall in love, and everything goes well in the beginning. There's comedy, there's romance, there are songs, all that part is nice. Then the interval comes, and after the interval, the villain comes into the picture, and he starts getting, very active. And then you have that, and, in the theater, that bishum bishum effect is really, it scares you, for a 3-year-old, 4-year-old child, 5-year-old child who is a little docile. I was a little docile. I used to, see the, fight between the hero and the villain, and, that bishum bishum used to be very traumatic for me. And I used to go home very, feeling very traumatized. So really not into movies, but yes, I have watched very, very nice movies. Like while growing up, my mother used to bring videos of The Sound of Music, My Fair Lady. So when I was ADC in Shillong, one of the lawyers said, "Ma'am, movie this and that." I said, "No, not very much into movies." And then I said, "No, I'm not very fond of war movies. I'm not very fond of suspense. It causes anxiety." Then he said, "What do you watch?" I said, "I watch movies sometimes." Then he said, "Romantic comedy." I said, "Yes." So anyway, that's just sharing my personal experience. Very, very limited experience of movies, that I've watched, and things like that. But I would like to congratulate Ba Shampriang and his team, Kong Lucky, who's come down all the way from Shillong, organized this event, the screening program in another town, coming all the way from Shillong, organizing such an event in Tura. It's no big, it's a very big thing. It's no joke. So I would like to congratulate you all. And Ba Shampriang has, in his very, very brief speech, explained the importance of, filmmaking, and he was sharing with me that Meghalaya still has a long way to go as far as infrastructure is concerned. We do not have movie theaters, and if we have movie theaters, this is the kind of turnover that we will be getting from screening our own movies. And I'm sure our Honorable CM, who is a very, very futuristic man, very, very innovative and very, very dynamic, I'm sure he has already understood that this area, this field, has a lot of scope for our youth, and something needs to be done. And that is why it's happening today. Today is happening. And this is just a prelude. It is just a curtain raiser. The screening will go, something which is, just an introduction to something which is bigger. And I'm sure that you would all like to go and join the main film festival that is going to be held in March. And I'm sure that from the department, from the tourism department also, we will work out something to make sure that you get to go to witness the bigger event that will be held sometimes in the month of March in the capital of Meghalaya, that is Shillong, and you will get insight into, how things are going to be done. You will get enough exposure to the international standard of filmmaking, and maybe this is just like planting a seed. You plant something, it takes time to germinate, and maybe one day, you never know, we may get somebody who is really, really, taken in, inspired by this small steps, baby steps that we are taking from the side of the government in collaboration with the Meghalaya Filmmakers Association, and maybe one day we will see somebody in the Oscars also. So, you never know. And it is always nice to be positive and to march ahead with a sense of positivity and expectation. And I have my own daughter who is in BA third year now. She was sharing with me the other day, she's studying in St. Anthony's College, Shillong. She says, Mom, I don't want to be acting, I want to be in the production line, in the director line. So I was sharing with Bashampriam also. I said, I have a daughter who is interested, but I am a pure bureaucrat, a magistrate. Again, I am really, not very knowledgeable about this field. So I was not able to really discuss with her, how to go about it. And she was just telling me, Mom, I have to go to Mumbai to see things, how it is done and all that. And as a mom, as a parent, I will be more than happy to have an institute here, which provides all the facilities which Bashampriam has, has spoken.
Film, they do. Imagine if a shoemaker, imagine if a cloth company, imagine if a watch or anything, any industry, what if they doesn't have a shop to sell? What if they doesn't have a showroom? Where will they sell? That's how. We doesn't have one. Even in the whole state of Meghalaya. Thankfully to this present government, though the government has not sanctioned, saying that we have sanctioned this much amount for constructing a hall in Tura, in Nongpo, Nongstoy, Jowai, and in Shillong. But this government is positive, saying that yes, we will support you. We believe, we are very much, we hope that this government under the leadership of Conrad Sangma will help us building one cinema hall here in Tura, whereby we can all screen our movie even from Kasi Hill. And I know most of you students, maybe who are interested in filmmaking, you will one day make a film. I will tell you, the budget of our film in Kasi Hill right now, it ranged from 20 to 30 up to 40 lakh. We cannot make a movie which will cost or incur expenditure of say, or let's say 1 crore or 2 crore, because we will not recover, because we don't have one for screening a film. So where will we recover our money? We can recover back our amount, whatever we spend, through the contribution of the public who will come and watch our movie by buying tickets. But if we doesn't have one, where will we screen? Except uploading in YouTube. And I know YouTube will not be able to pay us much as we can screen in the cinema hall. So that's why we have come today to screen the movie here. Let this day be a red letter day. Let this day will be the beginning. Let this day will be the voice of the youth. Let this day be voiced out to the people of Garo Hill that our youth, they doesn't have a job. This opportunity can provide you a job. So let's make this industry be a growing one, be a beautiful one, be a very supporting one from the people who will come and watch movie in the near future, where we will screen or movie in Tura. I am sure that even if we have a cinema hall in Tura, if not among the Garo community, I know there will be a person who will make a movie in Garo. That for sure. If we have the audience, the people, they will invest in making a film in Garo language. We feel pity for example for Dominic Sangma, which I've mentioned. Where will he screen his movie? Except screening in the film festival. And the festival will not be able to pay him much, except for a token amount of appreciation for screening a film in that festival. One more thing. Let's say, if we have a cinema hall, each and every person, each and every individual, they do need entertainment. In cinema hall, we can go along with a family. I'm talking about a good theater cinema hall. For example, maybe in Sunday or Saturday, instead of spending time enjoying the roadside, we may go to the cinema hall, spending time in the roadside, and some of them spending time even in drinking, leading to many unwanted incidents, leading to anything which we really don't want. Otherwise, everyone, we need entertainment, I have just said. But if you go to the cinema hall along with your family, you will not create any nuisance inside the cinema hall, except appreciating a good film. So today, as I've mentioned, let this day be a day whereby a Meghalaya Filmmaker Association will work together with you, the students. Maybe some of you who are interested in this field might ask, how do we pursue in this field of filmmaking? But that I cannot answer you right away. We need some time. We need to discuss. We need to interact. You need to know how the grammar of filmmaking works. There are people, there are experts who can come and guide you, give you a workshop. Maybe we can work together with the principal, with the teacher of various colleges here, where we can show them how this industry, how this field can provide you an opportunity for your living. As of now, as I've told you, a super hit film, I'm talking about a Kasi. We have not crossed 1 crore so far, the collection from the cinema hall. The maximum I can say up to 80 lakhs, just from one cinema hall. So as I've said, imagine if we have across the district headquarters in Meghalaya, each super hit film will collect not less than 5 crore. Thereby, we can pay to our actor, we can pay to our technical team, we can pay to the food department, we can pay to the makeup department, we can pay to the editor, we can pay to the cinematographer, and so on and so forth. So once again, I take this opportunity to connect with you all, the students of various colleges in Tura, that this day will not end just by screening a film, but let this day to connect between the filmmaker and you students, especially those who are already involved in making short videos by uploading in the YouTube. I know you earn something, but let us make a good film which can appreciate by everyone and all. Once again, I thank you for having attended this film screening. Of course, we don't want to call it the festival because we are also in solidarity with the people of Mukro who died in the encounter of whatever happening. But today I will announce that the Meghalaya International Film Festival will be held from 14 to 18 of March 2023 in Shillong. And I take this opportunity to welcome you all the students to come to Shillong, whereby you can interact with a famous and a well-known filmmaker from across the world. We will have a workshop. We will have an interaction. We have also invited students from abroad. For example, a student from Vietnam, Nepal, and other countries, so that you can also exchange a culture program among the student community. Once again, thank you very much.